So after that, basically what happens is that Peter is going to hunt like
all the other people from other universes down.
Yeah. And like capture them and then bring them back to like their own.
But they figure out that once they go back to the universe, they die.
Yeah,
They all got taken just before their death.
Well, yes.
I think.
So Peter's like, no, we can't.
I'm such an empath! Please stay!
I'm the good guy. His voice sounds like that.
So they go to Happy's apartment, I believe.
Yeah, it's Happy's apartment.
They like try to make a cure for
everyone's conditions and such. Yeah.
I believe the one with Dr. Ock works.
Yes.
Yeah.
He like a redemption arc.
Yeah.
He was like a grumpy guy, and now he's like a happy grandpa.
Yeah, it's so adorable.
No, because like the thing in his neck broke, and now the tentacles are taking over his brain instead of him controlling the tentacles.
But when he fixed it,
and then
he
they
can
fix
control
it,
them again.
Yeah, and I believe they were already making like some kind of, I don't know what it was, like a reactor.
Like an arc reactor?
Yeah, for Electro.
For Electro guy.
Yeah. And like then he have this really cool scene where it's like Peter Tingle is activated.
Yeah, with like the Green Goblin. Yeah.
That scene, and then
it was great.
Painful. Pain.
Mm-hmm. The pain.
The pain. Just for your information, I cried my way through this movie. And here's the reason why, because you have this really epic like fight scene.
Yeah, fight like in the Happy's apartment building, right?
Yes. Yeah. And then, you know, the villains are gone. You think like, oh my god, we've made it. You know, Aunt May is still alive. You know, she's walking and Peter's walking, and then she just falls to the ground and dies.
With great power comes great responsibility, and just she dies.
I loved how she did give that speech. Though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like in the other two Spider-Man movies, it was Uncle Ben. Like, Marvel was just like, Uncle Ben?
Who that?
No. So, I just loved how it was May saying it, but it was kind of like...
I'm missing
something. You knew she was gonna die because of that.
It was like...
She was so, like... She constantly just wanted to keep on helping those villains, even though she kind of knew that they were pretty bad people.
Yeah, she was a lovely person.
Yes, and she was a MILF.
Not gonna lie!
An elf. And I'd like... An elf!
Elf! Yeah, elf. Like, I'd like to fuck. Yeah, you get the point. You get the point. Okay, so, Aunt May's dead. And then you have Ned and MJ just sitting in like Doctor Strange's basement. Just
before that they were in like Ned's mother's house.
Yeah.
And then with all this
right.
Ned had like Doctor Strange's sling ring, and it was like trying to make portals and shit.
He just believed he had magic.
He didn't believe in his magic powers.
I mean, he does. Like, I really hope he and Doctor Strange become like buddies.
Oh my god!
I
would love that.
I wouldn't be surprised if Spider-Man like does have a role in Doctor Strange, like 2.
Yeah.
Because of Ned.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Because like Ned, he just has to come with Doctor Strange now because like he has powers.
I believe we're talking about Strange committed crimes against the multiverse, but if Ned opened those portals, didn't he commit crimes against the multiverse too?
Ooh.
Ned and Doctor Strange arc? What?
No.
But anyway, so Ned was like, does this cool thing with his hands.
He's opening portals to get to Peter, but they were the wrong Peter.
It was an emotional roller coaster because everyone was crying, and then everyone went from crying to like yelling and
because Andrew Garfield was on screen.
And then it was even louder when Tobey Maguire showed up.
The whole cinema just went wild.
And they were like,
That's great.
It was amazing. So, like, the only people that hadn't watched any Marvel movies were like,
huh?
What is going on?
Why is everyone yelling?
So after that, they go back to like the basement, I believe, or
they go to the basement.
I thought they go to. They found the Tom's Peter on like the roof of the school, and then they went to the lab of the school.
Because there's this
he was like really sad.
He was like being depressed.
And then the two of them show up and they tell about like
their sad ass lives.
How like his best friend killed him, and that's who says that?
So
I thought
Toby
it was
Maguire.
Toby. Yeah.
And then Andrew Garfield tells him
how his girlfriend fucking died.
Oh yeah,
it was
really
such a sweet scene.
It was sweet.
Yeah,
it's sad.
Like this movie really made all of these Spider-Man like actual like have like connections with each other.
Yeah,
they feel like brothers.
Yeah, that's what Andrew also said. Like, oh, you're the brothers I never had. Yeah, and like in the end. Yeah.
Okay, so. After that, they go to like the school to work on new like cures for the villains.
Yeah.
And then there's the iconic scene from the meme, the pointing meme.
Yeah.
Where that's like
they're like, Peter! Huh?
What?
They knew what the audience wanted and they delivered it.
Yeah, but I feel like they did that with the whole movie. Like they knew like the audience wanted.
I was expecting this movie to be good. But I didn't expect it to be this good.
Yeah, it was
like,
really
I
good.
thought they were, like, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire were gonna have, like, just, like, little roles.
Yeah, small
and then,
roles.
like, maybe at the ending, like, we're gonna help you. And then, like, poof, poof, poof. And then,
all,
yay,
like,
the
God.
safe,
Yeah.
you know? Like...
They were, like, actually
so
genuine, like,
good.
big roles in the film.
And they actually made them feel like important characters.
Yeah.
And they really were important characters.
Yeah, they were.
Without them... not a lot would have done well, so, yeah.
I believe there's also this scene that I thought was really funny was when Andrew's like, so do you got your suit or just gonna fight like when you're wearing clothes you look like a youth bastard?
Yeah, that's the youth bastard, yeah. No, I'm glad like he pulls his turtleneck down, his suit is under there.
Yeah, and the scene where he's like shooting like his
that's out of his
wrist.
Yeah. And they're like, your body does that?
Does it just come out of your wrist?
Or like other places? Yeah, no, it just comes out of my wrist.
And then I believe they go to the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
for some reason, because I mean that's
a
the
place
most
important thing, and if you break it, everyone's gonna notice. But like,
and they were like, "There's not a lot to break there, except for the Statue of Liberty."
Yeah.
But they went there to lure all the villains there with like the box with the spell, because all the villains wanted that for themselves.
And then they have like,
I'm not sure actually.
Why would they want that?
They and they made like all of the cures for all of them, so they could cure everyone.
Yeah.
So the three of them, and then they went.
Yeah, but I don't understand why the villains would want the box.
They explained it, but I forgot. It was like they all had their own reasons why they wanted it, but
probably not to die.
Yeah, also.
Just to
like if you can like basically travel through the multiverse, you're not gonna die because of like your fate.
Yeah.
You know?
So they set up a bunch of traps. And then the fighting begins. And there's this really cute scene with like the three Spideys.
Yeah,
just,
like they're hanging out and like talking. It's really
and the
cute.
one, like, my back.
Yeah,
I love that reference.
Oh, should I crack it for you? And they're like hanging off each other.
Also, when Tom's explaining about like how he once fought in a team with like the Avengers.
Yeah,
and
like
Edgar's like, is that a band?
Yeah, is that a band? Who are those people?
But yeah, so they fight, and then Ned and MJ show up for some reason.
Yeah, they get there because Ned was like making portals again.
Yeah.
And then they fight, and it's really cool. I really enjoyed that scene because it looked really cool.
Because at first they were like not working together. It was
and
just
then
like
they become
a
like
team
one,
because
like
they've been working solo, but they've picked each other's strength out and like started fighting with their strengths. I liked that. It was really good.
And then MJ falls from the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Oh, that scene.
And Andrew Garfield had like flashbacks, so he jumped after her.
And then he has like more of a mental breakdown.
He's
than
like
her.
holding her in his
Yeah.
arms and he's like trying not to cry.
That scene hurt so much,
Yeah.
but it was so good. Like finally seeing that scene,
Him save his girlfriend.
Only him actually saving her. Because that scene
Yeah.
in,
It was
in The
emotional.
Amazing Spider-Man.
I
2,
missed it, yeah.
It was painful.
It hurts.
Mhm.
And it was him realizing that he finally had saved someone, that he wasn't too late.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they also did really well, is to give, like, every single Spider-Man had their own, like, arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all had their own character development moment.
Yes. And I think that's something they did really well in this movie, that every single character has, like, development.
Either a redemption
And-
arc or like
Yes.
a development in who they are.
Yeah, and I also think that like we finally got some sort of like an like closure for the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yes.
You know, because like the ending was so abrupt, and now we kind of have like we know what happened to him. He went like rogue sort of, and now this really
Finishes it off a
really
bit.
finishes it
Yeah.
off. You know, him saving MJ really. It's
Just-
like a good ending
Yeah.
to
Yes.
what also beginning, you know?
Yeah, that's also, they really thought about that. You can
It
just,
was,
while I was watching, I was like, man, they thought about every single scene, every single
Exactly.
detail, every single line. They just,
and there's
thought
so
about it
many
so well.
like parallels.
Yeah. And
It's
like
insane.
after the Statue of Liberty fight, they like Spider-Man goes back to Doctor Strange to like tell him, let everyone forget that who Peter Parker is, so like all the villains go away because like this guy was ripping open and everyone's coming out. And, like he told them like just let everyone forget who Peter Parker is so no one will come here again. And Doctor Strange was like, I will forget who you are too, and he's like, that's fine, just let all these people live their lives normally.
yeah, and there's
what
also
I-
a scene
just
before that,
yeah.
when he's fighting
Green Goblin. Yeah, that was also
scene
a-
with Toby was intense.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, he's like, I'm gonna make, or was that? No, yeah. He's like, I'm gonna make you forget me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And then...
Yeah, it was really
and then he
emotional with
has, like,
MJ
this-
and Ned.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That scene with MJ was like so beautifully done.
When
you
they-
know, because we never really got that
No,
scene.
and because when they
And
kissed,
now we
everyone
really-
was like clapping, like,
Yeah,
wow!
everyone
We
was, like,
finally got their
dying
kiss.
inside, you know, but like it was so sweet.
Yeah, it was really sweet.
And then after like the end, like we get like really like a lot of post-credit scenes, I think.
Yeah, there were two.
Yeah,
yeah.
which is a lot.
There was
according to me.
there was one with Venom, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a one for the new Doctor Strange film.
Yeah.
But
What was that one for the Doctor Strange?
if
film?
you should like the trailer, but like different parts of it, it's like him going to Wanda, like Scarlet Witch and
Oh,
such,
right.
going to her farm and like, oh, I know you're like really strong and such. Can you help me with this? And they just start fighting shit.
But
Yeah.
wait, what happens?
Then
Oh, yeah,
there's
yeah,
also
yeah.
the scene
Yeah,
where
yeah,
he goes
comes-
to like the coffee shop
Yeah.
and he just talks to MJ and it's
Like his
It's
like
on-
he told MJ like, I'm gonna come to you and I'm gonna tell you all about
And
us.
she
And
was
then he
like-
comes there and he's like,
He just
realizes
doesn't.
that she is better off
Without him,
Yeah.
yeah. And she was like, I figured out you were Spider-Man once. Like, why can't I do it again? But like,
like he just feels so bad when he sees them so happy because they both go to MIT now.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to ruin that.
yeah, he's just
Yeah.
I
like,
know.
he's like, oh, thank you for the coffee, bye,
It's
and he just
so-
walks away.
It's
Yeah,
so like it's so emotional without there being like a lot of
crying or blood.
Yeah, you know, it's just such an important scene that really shows like Tom Holland's